I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Kwame Brown officially won the week, and it's by a landslide. He won last week, and he's winning this week. Now, I said something about this yesterday, and then my video magically disappeared off of YouTube. Wonder what that's about. But this is what happens when you constantly throw dirt on a man's name who ain't bothering nobody. You know, when you constantly talk about somebody, belittle somebody, and I understand critiquing somebody's game when it comes to the game of basketball, but eventually it gets to the level of slander. And I do my own podcast, and I know I talk shit about some athletes, particularly when I first started. I talked about Case Keenum because he was a quarterback for my favorite football team, the Denver Broncos, and he wasn't getting the job done. And yeah, I had a lot to say, but make no mistake about it. Case Keenum is doing something that I could have and have never done. That I could never have and have never done, excuse me. So, I'm not going to call anybody a bust, just like nobody should call Kwame Brown a bust, because when you play in the NBA for 12 years and you make over $60 million, who's a bust? You want to say journeyman? Okay, journeyman. And what's crazy is that why I say he's winning the week now is because everybody knew, if you kept up with this whole story, everybody knew that he literally came for everybody's neck who's had something to say about him. And one of those people was Charlemagne the God. Because Charlemagne the God, after, I guess, speaking with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, who started this whole thing, and Gilbert Arenas, and you see how quick Gilbert Arenas made peace. But Charlemagne the God made some reports on his family that honestly was not in his lane to do. He was dead wrong about it, and he wasn't even fully accurate about it. So he was loud and wrong about a situation that is really none of his business, all in the attempt to slander this man's name. And Kwame Brown came at him even worse, going into Charlemagne's past about a past incident that he had with a young lady when she was a minor. And it got so bad to the point, Kwame Brown was going in so hard to the point where Charlemagne the God sent him a cease and desist from his attorney. So you send him a cease and desist a couple days ago, realize that's not working because now the public is looking at you. Funkmaster Flex ripped Charlemagne. If you didn't see it, go watch it. Funkmaster Flex destroyed Charlemagne on his podcast. But the cease and desist don't work, so then Charlemagne decides to apologize and give himself donkey of the day yesterday. I mean, which was the right thing to do, but everybody's going to look at it with a side eye because of the cease and desist. You did that first. And now you want to come with an apology. Kwame Brown said, with all due respect, fuck your apology. If you didn't see that, go watch it. He said, you shouldn't be apologizing to me. He said, you should be apologizing to that girl and her mama. And of course, I think him apologizing was the right thing to do, but it's going to look funny because of the cease and desist. And like I said yesterday, go back to an old saying, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Everybody has talked about this man for years, nearly 20 years. I'm going to be honest with you. And I love this guy. Like, I love all of these people that he having beef with. I love these people. I love Charlemagne the God. I love The Breakfast Club. I listen to it every day. I love Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless. I watch First Take and Undisputed every day. I love these shows. I love Michael Wilbon, Jamel Hill. I love them. But this man has been the object of ridicule, the butt of jokes for years. And don't get mad when he fight back. Don't get mad. If you can dish it out, then you need to be able to take it. And Stephen A. Smith, that is my guy. That is my dude. But Stephen A. Smith, he the next one that need to apologize to him. I don't think he ever will. But Stephen A. Smith, when Kwame Brown says you tearing down, you built your name off of tearing down another black man, I'm be honest with you, it's a lot of truth in that. And I'm not saying that, Stephen A. didn't pound the pavement, to get to where he has gotten, because he's accomplished a lot. But when it comes specifically to Kwame Brown, what did he do to you personally, Stephen A. Smith? What did he do to you personally to warrant the way that you have talked about this man like a dog and have elevated your name and stature by tearing this person down? I mean, think about that. Think about that. It's one thing to criticize and critique somebody when it comes to playing basketball, but I did not believe for 1 second when Kwame Brown said you actually went to universities to talk bad on this man's name. I thought he was being overdramatic till I actually saw the footage of Stephen A. Smith at FIU and a couple other universities talking bad on Kwame Brown's name. Like, that's when it goes to critiquing to being excessive and bullying, like for real. When you go to universities to try to tell students to not be like somebody who's a millionaire, where they do that at? You literally went above and beyond the call of duty to slander somebody, to talk bad on somebody. You went to universities to tell students to pretty much not be like this guy. I mean, I'm saying that was your whole point of conversation in your speeches at these universities. But you did speak on that at these universities. You told these people, you threw dirt on this man's name and tried to make him look like a loser when you're talking about somebody who's a millionaire. Who's a millionaire, who got to a point in life where a very small percentage of kids coming out of high school, even coming out of college, is going to get. Did his career live up to the expectations of his draft, of where he was drafted at? No. But are you going to throw dirt on the name on the person who drafted him, or the team that drafted him? He didn't pick himself. So he honestly needs to be the next one to apologize to that man, because he probably cost him millions and millions of dollars. Because I remember watching a video where Kwame Brown was saying there were players out there that had the exact same numbers as him. The analytics had the proof, and I hate analytics, but he said the proof was that people who had the exact same numbers and productivity on the NBA floor as him. But they didn't have somebody screaming out, he's a bona fide scrub and he can't play and this, that, and the third. And those other guys got more lucrative contracts and he was on a year-to-year basis. Now you taking out that. Now you taking money out that man's pocket. Now you are affecting his ability to provide for his family, and that's fucked up. Like I said, the critiquing, on ESPN and stuff like that, wow, that's all entertaining. To me, when I see you at a university talking bad on that man's name, that's excessive. That's very excessive. That's honestly unnecessary. Because while you poking fun and making fun, I guarantee you, not a student at that university, there's not a student at that university that wouldn't trade places with where Kwame Brown is at, or was at 10 years ago when you made these statements. Dude was a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. So Kwame won last week. He winning this week. We keep on saying that, talking about people be a bust, this, that, and the third. Lord have mercy. Don't let Jamarcus Russell get up the courage to start defending himself. Because, man.